has an impact on the performance of the entire chain. We'll get on that one. Apart from that one, even the capacity of your facilities will also affect the effectiveness or will affect the performance of the entire supply chain. Let's say based on your customer base or based on your market share, you have a lot of people that are demanding your goods. But now your production capacity is probably less. Definitely, probably the decision regarding the capacity of your facilities will affect the performance of the supply chain. Why? Because if you have a factory facility that produces that has a smaller capacity, the chances are you will not be able to meet the demand out there, and people will be standing on a queue waiting for you to produce probably bread and stuff like that. But you are not able to. That one disrupts the entire chain, because your customers that are here, probably they are wholesalers or distributors. They also have customers the other side, the final consumers probably. So if you are not able to satisfy these ones, them also will not be able to satisfy the other ones. So it's like the entire chain is being affected negatively or is being disrupted. Why? Because of your lack of capacity. So the decisions regarding the capacity, just keep in mind that it will also affect the performance of the chain, and everybody will be going to think that you. The customers, the final consumers, just say to themselves, "Hey, don't play that food about it. I'm not about customer distribution. I see fair to Mr. Sylvester, because the member producer. Where I want that, so machine and that. So it's like you are bringing inconveniences to the other players in the chain. Why? Because of the capacity of your facility. So on production, it can also be possible to say, okay, let me have probably machines that are so much sophisticated, so huge that will be producing a lot, but now you are failing to maintain and manage that kind of facility or that kind of machinery. It is also going to disrupt or affect the functions of the other players in the chain. So the decisions regarding this one, the location, the capacity, and of course the flexibility, just keep in mind that it affects the supply chain performance. Okay, let's proceed. Alright, now we are saying, upon seeing the facilities and how best we can make use of them, let us look at the role of the facilities in the supply chain. The role of facilities in the supply chain. If we think of inventory or the goods that are passed along the supply chain or forced transportation, the facilities are where the supply chain okay, anyway, as we have already seen here, the facilities, these are the where production is done, or else where the stuff or the inventory is stored. So in other words, in the facilities, there are two major functions: warehousing and manufacturing. Is either manufacturing or warehousing, or warehousing or manufacturing. So these are the two major functions that are done in the facilities, in the physical facilities that we are seeing here. So the role of facilities in a supply chain, one is manufacturing, and opposite warehousing. The major functions of that is. That's the role that is played by these ones. So the facilities can play a role in your competitive strategy. this is a strategy that will enable you to remain more competitive or to remain on top of others. Mind you, we have always said this time without number that in a business environment, you are not always alone. There are always multiple players that are there. And there is what we call a market share out there. So these players that are here are scrambling for those customers that are in that pot called the market. My customer wants some of that take a market. Then my players are not even job. I just some other than my customer, you like my customer. We use some customer. So it's like you are in a competition. So you try to do whatever you can. You're trying to do the best you can to make sure that the customers that you have, you retain them, and probably you capture more. In fact, you capture from your competitors, they become yours. That's the competition that is there. So there are always multiple practices. There are always practices that are there. Some are fair practices, others are not fair practices. But at the end of the day, all what you need to do, all what you want to achieve is to make sure that at least you have more customers with you. And of course, the customers that are there with you, you need to retain them as a tower in so the facilities can also play a role in the competitive strategy. So in this case, since you want to remain competitive, you want to remain on top of your competitors, all you need to do, you draw a strategy or a plan that will be following to make sure that at least you remain more competitive, more attractive, so that everybody else is being left behind. That plan you draw, you write, and follow is now what we call a strategy, and it's a competitive strategy. Now, in that strategy, if you include facilities as part of the plan or part of the strategy, it can also help. So, the facilities, they also play that role. So, here they say, facilities are a key driver of supply chain performance in terms of responsiveness and efficiency. This is very beautiful. Facilities are a key driver of supply chain performance in terms of responsiveness and efficiency. Notice, as we are starting this semester, you are opening the floor for us. When they are saying facilities are a key driver of supply chain performance in terms of responsiveness and efficiency, can you expound this one for us? What are they trying to tell us here? Responsiveness and efficiency. So, when we are thinking about that one, let us think about it in the perspective of competitive strategy. We should look at it, we should be thinking about it in the perspective of competitive strategy. We are saying now, Takaramu, they want to remain competitive. My competitors that we should sit on top of them. So we are doing a strategy. The facilities are a key driver of supply chain performance in terms of responsiveness and efficiency. Responsiveness and efficiency, those are the key words I'm highlighting. What is this person trying to tell us? They say the facilities are a key driver in terms of responsiveness and efficiency. You remember we discussed a certain point which was saying the decisions regarding the location flexibility, and role is very significant, right? Remember, we discussed this one. Okay. Now that one, we can link it with this one, saying facilities are a key driver for supply chain in terms of responsiveness and efficiency. Here, what it means is that if your decisions to locate your facility at a certain location is sound enough. If the decision to locate this facility at a certain location is sound enough, it can help you to respond as quick as possible to probably the demand out there and remain more competitive. So this one can be considered to be as a key driver. More fun than the example that I gave, I said you have your production facilities here. I mean, here is your business. You are producing something here, but your warehouses you located somewhere there in attention. Then here is your competitor. He's also producing here, but his warehouses are there by jail. That's why they are located. You all another decision, you know, to do warehouses such a by jail. You need to make a decision saying if my facility that will affect change. Now the market is there by this side. Now the people make Japan the roller kuna zintu zako kabla vile mabanga utafanya na mabanga uti iruma banga moja competitor na mabanga sio. Whom do you think between you two guys is going to respond quickly to the demand that is there? Definitely is this your competitor, personally, not you. Why? Because for you to run the change and get the staff, take them to Banyango, you win an account of and a bit of so the decision to locate your staff has affected your responsiveness to the situation or to demand. So when you are coming up with those decisions, you have to consider the responsiveness and the efficiency of the whole thing. That's why facilities are considered to be key drivers. On the location, there are some stuff that are in demand, and you people you have a company or a factory that produces the same. But now you people you chose to locate your manufacturing plant elsewhere, let's say in Zambia. Whereas the competitors they located their production facilities right here, you know. And of course the market is in Kasumu, for example. When demand strikes there, it is this your competitor who is going to respond so quickly. Whereas you will be running up to Zambia there to get the stuff and supply this one. By the time you are coming back to supply him, he will say, no, thank you so much, sir. Maybe next time I've already bought a stuff from Miss Modesta. Why? Because Miss Modesta was able to respond quickly since her production facilities are just nearby, whereas yours they are located elsewhere. Of course, you had good reasons to locate them to that site. What would be some of the reasons why you chose to locate them elsewhere, not here? Land is expensive. What else? Okay, the availability of resources. So probably they are readily available like here. What would be some of the reasons? Security. Okay, security. So you see, there can be a number of reasons why people you chose to say no, let us forget our facility, that side. But now when it comes to responsiveness to demand, it becomes a bit more complicated. So, nevertheless, what are the reasons that forced you to locate your facility elsewhere were valid as you people were putting it? To say no, what is our security, why is available resources, availability of resources, and so on and so forth. Those reasons are very, very valid. But now when it comes to responsiveness, you have also to look at how best are you going to be responding to demand. How are you going to be responding to demand? On that one, you have to put mechanisms in place so as to achieve the effectiveness of the, or maybe to achieve positive performance or excellent performance that has no disruptions. So, the facility facilities, as you've seen, they are a key driver. And of course, your decisions on regarding the location of your facilities, the role of your facilities, the flexibility of your facilities can also help you to reduce the cost or not. Done? Okay. Maybe around 3. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, but you can do the same. Yeah, it's possible. Yeah, we'll go. All right, so let me know in the days. All right. Sorry for that interruption. My apologies. Okay, so I was saying, you as an organization, your decisions regarding the location, the role, the flexibility, capacity, and others can also help you to reduce the costs. Mind you, when you're saying in this supply chain there's efficiency and effectiveness, cost reduction is also, cost effectiveness is also considered to be an integral part of the efficiency of the supply chain. Mind you, you as a player in the supply chain, you are there also to sustain your own life, to sustain your business and your families and all. So for you to achieve this, you need to make sure that you are cost effective. You are reducing cost as much as possible. Because if you don't, you'll be running losses. If you are running losses, what's the end result? You'll be kicked off business. Your business will die. You see. So you try as much as possible to make sure that you reduce the cost. So the decisions regarding these things that we are seeing here can also help you to reduce the cost, thereby maintaining the well-being of your business or the well-being of your entity. What else? Let's see, some other thing that I needed to do. This just a limitation. Okay. We are still discussing one driver, and that driver we say is facilities. So we have seen the facilities, what are they, and the two major types of them, and their significance and all. The second driver that we saw was what? Inventory. So, when you're saying inventory, what is inventory? Tell us what inventory is.
These are stocks or goods that their company or an industry produces.
Okay. The stocks or goods that the industry produces. Okay. Alright. Who else? Mr. Sylvester. What do you think when they mention inventory? What is inventory?
Can be
vegetables and lettuce which are in stock.
Yeah.
Okay. Are these raw materials or finished stuff?
They can be
Oh, okay.
finished. It takes whichever, whatever you are having.
Okay.
Where the raw material is finished too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So those are the inventory.
Yeah.
Okay. That are in your custody.
Yeah.
That are yours.
Yeah.
Modest, are you agreeing with these two? Or you are disagreeing with them? You can choose to disagree because it's normal to disagree. You can also choose to agree with them. They should not corrupt you. This man is trying to corrupt you. Please don't. What do you think?
I agree.
You agree with them? So you agree with these people who are telling lies and trying to be serious. Alright, so these people, what they are saying, of course, all of you are right, of course. Here they are the stocks, the goods that are in your custody, they are in your hands, they are in your name, that is right. They are in your name, they are in your warehouses or storage facilities, that's the inventory. Then either be raw materials or finished goods that are ready for dispatch, you see, that's the inventory. Now, this inventory in a supply chain has the way the inventory is being managed can determine the performance of the supply chain. That's what we're saying. Suppose you are running your machines, or your machinery in your factory facility, probably twice a week. Yeah, twice a week. You run the machinery, you produce, then you keep them in a warehouse. But now, you are not paying attention to the demand out there. Now, out there, you produce it. You have produced, let's say, 200 packets of sugar. So you are saying, no, I think for this week we are done. 20 packets of sugar, no, these are enough. Guys, you can go home and rest. We'll meet next week. Then the next morning, the customers are knocking on your door. They are looking for 500 packets of sugar. What are you going to do? Definitely, those 300 we are going to send them home. So guys, not go back. Why? Because we do not have enough in stock. Why don't you have enough in stock? It is because you never paid attention to demand. Therefore, you fail to manage the stock levels in here. The other way around can be a situation whereby you are producing 1,000 packets of sugar, or probably bread. I think you should mention bread. Something that can get expired so quickly. In your mind, I don't know what has come of your mind, you are saying, I think there is so much demand out there. Let us produce 500 loaves of bread for our customers. Here you go, you are producing. Come next day, only 100 people are coming to buy bread. And of course, the other day, another group of 50 people are coming to buy the bread. 150. What are you going to do with the other 350 loaves of bread? Probably you're going to jump them. So now it lies on the shoulders of the one who is responsible for inventory management. So, in short, what we're trying to do here is the inventory levels must always match demand that is out there. So, if there is a mismatch, there is always a problem. There is always a disruption in the supply chain, therefore affecting the effectiveness or the efficiency of the supply chain. Or in other words, affecting the performance of the supply chain. So, supply and demand must always match. Supply and demand must always match. But for this one to match, inventory management as a function is always critical. So, if you are a warehousing manager, you have to make sure that at least the stock levels that you are having must always match the demand that is there. So, you coordinate those supply, and of course those responsible for production. You need to coordinate with these ones, because since you are able to coordinate with those responsible for sales, you are able to say, I think per day we are selling so much. So in our warehouses, we should not keep stuff in excess, and also we should not store stuff. The stuff that we are keeping, or the inventory that we are keeping in here, should not be too less. Otherwise, we are going to disrupt the market. That's according to how the sales are performing this end. By doing that, you also go to this other side, those responsible for production. You also advise them accordingly to say, you know what, I think per day I need so much in the warehouses. Therefore, whether they need to slow down production or they need to scale up production, so that at least the stock levels should be matching with the demand out there. So inventory or inventory management as a driver has a critical role of balancing or making sure that at least the supply chain is performing good. But normally, production and the sales, the production of whatever you're producing and the sales, should they always match? You are being told that there are normally 200 customers there, on average of 200 customers there that are looking for bread. That's what you're being told. Now, here is your production facility. How much bread should you produce? Should you produce 200 exactly? More or less? Which is which? What do you think? More. Okay. So probably you are suggesting that you produce 250.
Yeah.
250. But now the demand they say is 200 out there. Then what are you going to do to pay a loss of bread? Are you going to incur extra losses then? Why are you adding the 50?
Maybe other people will be demanding some food.
Okay, some other people coming? Okay. According to her, she's saying probably some of them will be coming and demand for those 50 loaves of bread. That's what you're saying. Others, what do you think?
During the production process, maybe there will be damages, so should be priced.
Okay. So what do you think?
I'm thinking the ratio of thinking. Okay, alright, it might also happen that some of them on that 200, those people who are demanding that place will be requesting more than I want.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
Alright. You are just okay, all of you. Basically, there should always be a mismatch between production and the sales. There should always be a mismatch. And this mismatch should always be done by somebody, should be controlled or monitored by somebody who is responsible for inventory management. The inventory manager, so to say, is the one who should always monitor that mismatch. So mismatch is that this should not match, not like 200, since the demand here is 200, then it should also produce 200, it doesn't go that way. For the reasons that you people have given up. And I'm glad that you are able to come up with such kind of brilliant ideas that are just on point. Why? Because there can be, of course, the damages. There can be some other situations whereby, as you're delivering, the customer will say, I think this one is not okay, and I need another one. So if it was exactly 200, what are you going to do with this other person? You're going to disappoint him. Say, no, isn't it the young but it's not possible. The person will be disappointed. Next time, he's not going to come and say, but now you replace. So in case of damages, some losses and at least you need to have a bit excess of what the demand is about. So you have to go somewhere beyond this one. At the same time, as you have also suggested, Moreta, you said demand at times fluctuates. We can say we have 200. We can say 200, but probably today only 195 can show up, right? So it's like demand has fluctuated. And the next day you find that maybe you have 220 customers showing up. You don't have to return, to put the bank saying, no, customer 20 devices, it doesn't have to go that way. So this one is the responsibility of somebody who is responsible for inventory management to make sure that the stock levels that are in there are able to satisfy the market, even in terms of demand fluctuations. That if the demand has just showed up suddenly for some reason or the other, you will still be able to satisfy those customers. In that way, the supply chain is not being disrupted. The efficiency of it is not being affected, and of course the performance is not being affected. But since we are saying there should be this mismatch, this mismatch should not be too much, because if you are producing so much in excess, the chances are high that you're going to run losses. So, what I was saying here, to summarize and put it in this way, the inventory exists in a supply chain because of a mismatch between supply and demand. Listen very good. We are trying to summarize this whole thing we are discussing here. The inventory exists in a supply chain. Why? Because of the mismatch between supply and demand. There's always this mismatch. Supply and demand cannot match 100%. At least they should be able to balance somewhat. So because of that mismatch, that's why there is inventory. That's why there is that inventory. Now, we are told this mismatch is intentional. The mismatch is intentional. Why is it intentional? It is intentional because of the reasons that you people have given me here. This mismatch is intentional because if you manufacture some stuff in large quantities at once, you store for future use. For example, this time around, we have price fluctuations of many things. Right now as we speak, we have price fluctuations of many things. Today, you buy something at this price, but if you go to the market the next morning, you find that the price is different, right? So, because of that, despite the fact that my demand is probably 200, but you can be forced to manufacture 300, so that maybe by tomorrow we get to supply the customers. Because if you wait for tomorrow, the prices of the materials will probably be a bit higher. Then you're not going to make profit. Or maybe you will not even be able to buy the materials. So you buy the materials that you wanted, you produce today, you keep for future use, or maybe you sell in the future. So that's why you have inventory in the supply chain. Why? Because there's that mismatch. Do you know what I'm saying? But we are saying the mismatch is intentional. That mismatch is intentional for reasons. Why? Because you anticipate future demand. But I am saying, when you are having this inventory, or that mismatch should not be too huge. Because if it's too huge, it also brings problems even to you. We have warehousing costs that are there, or storage costs and all that. Or maybe some of the manufactured goods will get expired. So there are also must always be reasonable. Of course, there are some situations whereby you produce stuff here, but they don't get expired. You produce some stuff here, they will not get expired probably for years to come. But the only problem that you're going to face there is that of storage costs. Can you suggest a kind of inventory that you say, no, we can manufacture today and you can sell 5 years from now, 10 years from now, and not get expired? Sorry?
Plastic things.
Oh, plastic. Yeah, of course, plastic.
Mother's Day clothes.
Mother's Day. Put in my fashion on the side.
Yes.
I'm okay with it. I'm a different. I'm a
Yeah.
It's not. Oh, it's not
Okay, go on.
Okay, alright. Things like those ones, of course, we can debate, but maybe there are some of the things maybe you can manufacture today and sell maybe next season, right? Okay, it's possible, though the fashion ones, they do change somewhat. But anyway, that one is a better one. We have some other things that are used during, let's say, Christmas, right? Those ones. Probably you can manufacture them for the next season time good. We also have things like the steel, the tool. You manufacture those ones and they can stay for some time. Of course, the only challenges you can face are the storage costs and all. But nevertheless, that mismatch is always good so that the supply chain is not interrupted in any way. Now, when we were discussing about that first driver, we said what? Who was the first driver? In the facilities. We also mentioned something to do with the role of facilities in a competitive strategy, isn't it? Similarly, this one, the inventory, also has a role in the competitive strategy. Mind you, we said the competitive strategy is a plan that you draw, that you think if you follow it, you're going to remain on top, or maybe you're going to overtake your your competitors. That's what we said. Similarly, inventory plays a significant role in supply chain ability to support a company's competitive strategy. If a firm's competitive strategy requires a very high level of responsiveness, a company can achieve this responsiveness by locating large amounts of inventory close to the customer. Conversely, a company can also use inventory to become more efficient by reducing inventory through centralized stocking. We are saying our market is there in Kanye or Mumbai. That's where our market is. Now we have our facilities closer there. Let's say our warehouses are closer there. Now the issue here is not to do with facilities, but the issue is to do with the inventory. Now, all what we want to achieve this time around is to remain competitive, but based on our responsiveness, how quick are we able to respond to demand. If we locate our facilities closer there, when demand strikes, it will be easier for us just to offload it from the warehouses and supply the customer. Whereas, for somebody who was not prepared in that way, when demand strikes, you have to run up and down to get the stuff, or else running to the factory to start producing. Again, that's what the raw materials about demand is free go. And what's not going to Mugawamani ukagula raw materials yamwe produces into kutengo customer nzalo ndiye mwana ma facilities close by watakale supply in bimba ndira manufacture wina into some warehouse done together. So having stocks, of course, enough stocks or enough inventory can also help you to remain competitive because you are able to respond so quickly. Just like in the situation of the facilities, since you have enough facilities, you were able to respond quickly. This time around, since you have enough stocks, you are also able to respond quickly. Another thing, a related strategy will support a competitive strategy of being a low-cost producer. So, being a low-cost producer, this is okay. Think about this situation as a business entity. You are a business entity. You are running a firm here. Now, few members, right? This time around, maybe you are buying maize at how much are the parts of maize? How much? How much?
25,000.
25. Yeah.
So there are people, others are selling 25, others are selling 27, 28, somewhere around. Yes, which is, but in May, others were selling probably 20,000.
Yeah,
18, 19, 20, okay?
Yeah.
2 months down the line, we are saying 25, 27, others 28, and others are saying 18. The chances are, the next 2 months, the prices will not be the same.
Yeah.
Probably the prices will be, let's say, 35,000. We assume 35,000. You get that? Now, if you are in this your business, you're selling offer. If you buy this now, you are buying at less than 5,000, and with that offer, in next 2 months, will be selling at the same budget of offer now. Will be selling at maybe 40,000. For you, since you bought it a bit cheaper this time around, it will be easier for you to say, no, I'll be selling 35,000. Why? Because your cost of production is a bit less since you bought the raw materials earlier than others. Whereas those that will be buying maize, then it will be difficult for them to sell at that lower price. Why? Because they will not be making any profit. So the thing is, they will be buying the maize at let's say 35,000. They cannot sell the offer at 75,000. They will be forced to sell higher. Now you, since you'll be selling lower, you'll be able to get more customers. You say, hey, I don't want someone cheap. Why is it that way? Because your cost of production is a bit less. The reason is you were able to store the raw materials earlier than others. So you remain competitive. You're getting the logic, right? Yeah. This time around, we are not talking about the finished products, but you stocked enough raw materials. So you calculate probably the storage cost. Because the storage cost here we're talking about probably Mampara, warehousing, Libya and all that. But you still calculate and see that if I stock enough materials, I will produce at a later date, but the cost of production overall will be a bit less. Therefore, I'll be able to reduce my prices, the selling prices a little bit. Thereby, standing on top of the rest, I will stand competitive. So this is another of inventory in the supply chain performance. Because now we view it as somebody who is a better performer. And so on and so forth. Okay. Components of inventory decision. Components of inventory decisions. Just don't forget the mind in this. Okay.
Kama ande malezi zao za kwa jamii. Yeah.